the season for giving, and while many of us are rushing to fill our carts with gifts for loved ones, my next guest is doing all she can to make this season special for complete strangers. And she's only in the 6th grade.
Kira is not your typical 13-year-old. She thinks beyond herself.
Kira's always had a big heart, and she's always thinking of others.
I was just imagining kids waking up on Christmas and their eyes bulging out of their head because they saw their parents struggle that year and they deserve to get a Christmas.
This summer, Kira said, I'm gonna have a fundraiser and I'm gonna make these bracelets to sell to get kids Christmas gifts.
I set up a table and I would put a sale sign at the end of our road. People come in and I tell them a quarter can make a huge difference because every penny counts. They would get a bracelet.
Kira knows every penny counts. She sees it in our family.
Kira understands that parents have struggles, and that changes a child.
I feel that no kid should have to go through what I did.
One Sunday after church, our family went to the diner, and our server, Billy, comes out, and I looked down at his wrist, and he had one of the bracelets on.
I want a purple and...
And then all the servers and the cooks, they all held up their wrists and said, yeah, we know Kira.
I thought it was amazing, because most kids aren't like that, you know? Most kids are about themselves.
When I see people wear my bracelets, it makes my heart feel overjoyed.
There isn't the right words. I'm just proud.
Joining me now is 13-year-old Kira and her mom, Jenny. Welcome to both of you. You are a special young lady. You really are.
Thank you.
How did you come up with this big idea?
Well, one day I was sitting and I was watching the news and I saw this little boy on there. He was making pies for donations to sell, to send care packages to the military and so that they have like something for Christmas too. And I was thinking, well, I could do that for sell something, my bracelets for donations, but just help kids that are in need, because there was a lot of kids in our Citrus County that need help that don't get it.
Hey, you were once one of those kids, weren't you?
Yeah, I was one of those kids. One year, my mom, they never told us that we were going to go through a hard time. Like, they always kept it to themselves. And seeing them, oh, I promised myself I wouldn't cry. Seeing them struggle, I didn't like it. I kept telling my mom that we were going to get through it, no matter how deep we got into the hole. And we always picked ourselves up and we got out of that hole, like I told my mom we would.
But you know what, sweetheart? A lot of people get out of that hole and they don't learn the lesson that you did, that you would do anything to prevent some other child from being in that hole. And this is not the first time she's shown this kind of behavior, is it, Jen?
No. She won a pageant in October, and she won $100 for the pageant, and to her it was like $1,000. And she spent that whole $100 on a kid, you know, so they could have a Christmas.
I know they did. I know that, Kira, your mom taught you a lesson you'll never forget years ago when you were much younger, when you took Christmas for granted, right?
Me and my brother, we were greedy, and my mom said that she wasn't going to have greedy kids. So the next Christmas Eve, she took us to a soup kitchen, and she made us go to the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
And we were there until 4 in the morning.
Till 4 in the morning, wow.
Delivering Christmas gifts, Christmas dinner, and then the next Christmas, my mom had to tell us, like, come on, open the presents, because we were opening them because it was so sad the day before what we saw those kids had to go through.
So you learned a good lesson from all of that, I'm sure. And you've been making tons of bracelets. How many do you think you've made at this point?
Hundreds and...
Hundreds?
Yeah, hundreds and hundreds of bracelets that I've made. And at first I didn't think it was going to go that big, but
it's gotten really big.
It got really big.
You can't stop yourself. We have a dear friend of yours in the audience, Jenny, was in that tape piece. Jenny, where are you? There you are. Why was it so important for you to be here today?
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course.
It's very important to be here because when you look at most 13-year-old girls, they're self-absorbed and they're selfish. And Kira is the complete opposite of that. She is my daughter Grace's very best friend. And my daughter has cerebral palsy, and when Kira sees my daughter, she doesn't see the disability, she sees the real person.
The person. Jenny, thanks for sharing that. Is it hard to hear all this about yourself? Yeah, because you're not doing it for the applause, but we want you to help others, so we have a surprise for you. First of all, we're going to give you this. This is full of more of the band, so you can make your bracelet.
Oh.
But I want you to put your hand in there, honey, and see what you can pull out. Do you feel something? You see what that is? Can you read that? Can you read that out loud?
Oh my gosh, it's $1,000.
Yes, it's $1,000. Because you're all for honey. Because that's what you made, so we're doubling it for you, baby, so you can keep making those bracelets for sure. But you know what? We have one more thing for you, okay? It's a big one. You ready?
No.
No? The Lego group. You know Legos? We love Legos. They heard your story. They want to help you help thousands of more kids all over the country. They are making a donation in your honor to Toys for Tots for $100,000. Lego toys. This is all because you wanted to help kids. How are you feeling right now?
Overwhelmed.
Yeah. Well, we're overwhelmed meeting a little girl like you. You show us what it means to be kind and decent and love people, and you're never too young to learn those lessons and to implement them. So happy holidays to you,
Thank
Spartan.
you.
Thank you. Janice, thank you so much. Thanks to Kira and her mom for sharing their stories. And my gosh, to Lego for getting in on the true spirit of the holidays.